Now on to our Bitcoin and crypto news for the day. So, Bitcoin. Skybridge Capital founder predicts that Bitcoin could reach $100,000 this year due to heavy demand and diminishing supply. Bitcoin has been on a roll. At one point this year, one point within the last year, it was at like $10,000 per coin. Now it is already well over $50,000 per coin. And the founder of asset management firm Skybridge Capital, he predicted that Bitcoin will reach $100,000 this year. This is pretty big news because most of the time we hear these big predictions from either innovative minds or people who aren't heavily integrated into the traditional financial industry. So this is very interesting. We've heard Cathie Wood say that Bitcoin could reach $500,000 within the next 5 to 10 years. We've heard Elon Musk say that Bitcoin, he thinks, is going to continue to do well, but we haven't heard like traditional finance people say that Bitcoin is going to be skyrocketing over $100,000 of coins. And this is big news. So he said is that right now you don't have a lot of supply of Bitcoin. There is a limited supply. 21 million coins will ever be minted. No more than that can ever be mined. And as people put more and more money in, as large institutions put money in, that supply is never going to change. It can't go up from that. So as more money goes in, it's just going to cause this price to skyrocket because of the heavy demand and low supply. And right now, what's even bigger than that, even though there are 21 million coins out there, according to blockchain analytics firm Glassnode, they said that 78% of the Bitcoin supply is not liquid. They said that currently 14.5 million Bitcoin are classified as illiquid, leaving only 4.2 million Bitcoin in constant circulation that are available for buying and selling. So either people have lost their passwords and no one will ever be able to recover those Bitcoin, or the other options are people have them in cold wallets where they're not on exchanges anymore, where they're just keeping them for long term. That's another option, a way that people store their Bitcoin. So really, they said only 4.2 million are in circulation that people are like investing and trading in actively. And that's really not a high supply for when you start taking into account large corporations putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. We saw Tesla buy 1.5 billion of Bitcoin. Other large firms, such as the NASDAQ listed MicroStrategy, has accumulated 70,784 Bitcoin. And so a lot of companies, as they're starting to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet, or let's say it's MasterCard and they want to have some Bitcoin on their balance sheet because they're going to be processing transactions. When you start taking that into account, 4 million Bitcoin being in circulation, that is not a lot when you start taking in billions of dollars, and that's going to cause this to skyrocket even more. If 14.5 billion are in cold storage, they're not available for trading, we're going to see some pretty big movements as we start getting more and more money go into Bitcoin. And this is just big news, seeing an asset management firm, a traditional finance person, say that they think Bitcoin could reach $100,000 this year, because most of the time we don't hear from the traditional finance space being as all in on Bitcoin, as all pro Bitcoin. But it seems like we're finally getting there, and it makes sense that if there's only 4 million in circulation, that we're going to see this continue to go up as more and more corporations pour billions into Bitcoin.